It seems that data has become more important in education than ever before. Collecting and using data might seem challenging at first, but it's much easier when we realize that we already do it, day in, day out, in our own classrooms. Data is information about our students that informs our teaching. It's not just test scores and grades. It's academic skills, social skills, 21st century competencies, student interests, and cultural identity. We consciously and subconsciously build up pictures of who our students are, what they like, what they're good at and not so good at. All of this information is data we can use to drive instruction.
In order for me to be able to meet the needs of all of my students, I'm going to need to take some time to research the needs of my classroom. You might have ESL learners, you may have students that need some speech support, or even students that are above grade level and need a little extra push in critical thinking. I need to take some time to access coaches. I need to find resources that are online, research-based resources that are going to help me as their teacher, help them grow, because they're all going to grow in different ways.
There are two basic types of data. There's the descriptive kind or qualitative data, which we gather using rubrics, observations, check-ins, or reflection prompts. This gives us narrative information about our students' progress. Then there's anything we can count, like test scores or benchmarks. Statistics that show progress in figures and numbers. In isolation, both types of data are good, but they're limited. It's only when we collect both and use them to inform each other that we can really form a complete picture of each student. When we use the same narrative to give context to the numbers and the numbers to validate the narrative, we really start to learn more about our students' academic and behavioral skills so that we can pinpoint areas of concern.
If you have students that are struggling in fluency in reading, or they're struggling in critical thinking and math, it's really important to take a moment to look at that data and identify those needs. And we have done really well about identifying those specific needs of a group of students this year, and then we put them together to work on it. A child should never be alone in their needs.
We can analyze data to identify learning patterns and then use it to enhance the learning experience going forward. Keep analysis simple by making it visual. Things like hand-drawn graphs are accessible, plus quick and easy to digest. Share data with our students and engage in some data therapy by asking them what they notice and how they would explain the results. We can do this with other teachers too, and ask them to play devil's advocate to push us towards a deeper understanding. It's important we don't manipulate data to fit our idea of what is happening in our classrooms. To best serve our students, we need to be honest in our assessments and make decisions on how we move forward based on what we learn.
Data is very powerful. It can tell you a lot about your teaching, and it can tell you a lot about what the students are learning and understanding. However, I'm a very strong advocate that the data is not a reflection of the student. It is a supporting tool, and it is supplemental to what the teacher knows about that student and their learning. For example, I have a student from Mexico who came in at a pre-K reading level. He's now entering a second grade reading level. Does that mean he'll be on grade level? No. Will he pass the third grade statewide test? Probably not. Does he understand the things that we are learning? Is he mastering those? Absolutely.
Our findings will no doubt benefit other teachers working on the same types of projects or struggling with similar challenges. So let's share our data stories with our local and global colleagues and contribute to the conversation about how educators use evidence to inform our practice and support our students.